Hello, sports fans, and welcome to a very special Game 4 preview of the NBA Finals, Cavs versus the Warriors. We'll preview tonight's Game 4. As you can see, I am not at my usual set tonight. I am at the Murphy house, home of my friends Matt and Katie Murphy. And my special guest is none other than my really good friend, one of my best friends, Matt Murphy. And we'll preview tonight's Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Cavs and Warriors in just a sec. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. LeBron James has had the last 4 triple-doubles in the NBA Finals. Who was the last player before him to accomplish this feat? Hint, at the time he played for the Boston Celtics, and he is still active today. I will have the answer later on the broadcast. Well, the Cavs have dug themselves into a deeper hole, being down 3-0 after losing to the Golden State Warriors 110-92 in Game 3 Wednesday, which we all know that means we are in a must-win situation tonight. And it's an elimination situation as well. So, they must win tonight's Game 4 to force Game 5 in Golden State on Monday. So, I'm going to flip this in. And looking back at Game 3, Matt, I felt they started out really well. And LeBron was going to help it in the first half. And despite the 29 points he had, 6 rebounds and 9 assists, it just wasn't enough. And I felt in the second half, especially that third quarter, that's when the Warriors they just come out and shine and just dominate. And I felt the offensive defense just collapsed. And Kevin Durant, I didn't expect him to have that spectacular of a night. What was going through your mind during that second half in the third quarter?
Well, I think overall, buddy, when you look at this series, I think it has a lot more to do with the Warriors than it does the Cavs. I think the Warriors are a juggernaut. I mean, can't say it a million times. They were a 73-win team that decided to add arguably the second best player in the league. So, the Cavs have been close 2 out of 3 games, and if you look at the third quarter, that's been statistically speaking, has been a horrible quarter for the Cavs.
Exactly, yes.
And statistically speaking, it's one of the Golden State's one of the best in the league in the third quarter. Their point differential is through the roof. So there's only so much the crowd can do. It's just Golden State's better. It's a hard thing for Cavs fans to kind of swallow. There goes my dog.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing for Cavs fans to understand, or not understand. They all understand it, but it just kind of come to grips with the fact that Golden State's just a better team.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them get one game.
I would too. And George Hill, I thought, should not have missed those free throws. That was not good.
Game 1?
Yeah, in Game 1.
Still not over game.
Yeah, and he made him off in Game 2, and he was one of 4 other Cavs players in double figures, and Tristan Thompson had 11 points, and he made a few nice layup baskets.
That was the game.
Yes.
Was the game we had. I'm over that one, but.
And I just felt this was another game that they let slip through their fingers, and they were giving the Warriors too much room to score, and they need to double team them, and they have to not foul or have so many turnovers.
Yep.
And I thought that's what was a factor in that game, and that's why I thought they could have won if they had. And I know the Cavs can play better, and I know because LeBron had 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists.
Which is an amazing game for any player, but for him,
exactly
41, 10 and 10 or something. So.
But after that Game 2 that Curry had, he was 0 for 4 from the field and 1 for 11 from field goal range, and even free throws as well, but he did make 1 3-pointer.
Just goes to show how good they are.
Yeah, it does.
One point he was, like you said, 1 of 11, and they still had the lead. So they are just the probability of all of their guys down in one given night. It's really hard, but the Cavs have been in 2 of the 3 games.
Yes, they have been. But looking ahead to tonight's Game 4. I feel they need to dominate this game from the get-go and really get a big lead going. I feel this game needs to be a blowout because it's just been too close to cut it, and they have not been able to close it out in the final seconds because Golden State has just gotten back into the game, and things just all fall to pieces by end of the third quarter, end of the fourth quarter as well. And I just feel they need to have a big lead going into halftime and then hang on to it and close it out in the final seconds. If they can do that, then they've got a chance to win and force Game 5 Monday.
I agree. I think this has to be a game where Golden State, and they have some of these. They've had some of these against Houston, where they just have a horrible off night. Most of the guys on the team, they're just not into it for whatever reason. I agree that if the Cavs win tonight, I think it's going to be in blowout fashion because
I do believe you're right.
You're in a close situation. I hate it. It sucks, but I'm taking Steph or Durant, not over LeBron, of course, but a lot of guys on their teams I'm taking over the guys that we have. If it's a close game or situation. So
I agree. I agree. And Draymond Green is one of their superstars too. And Andre Iguodala had just come back from Iguodala just had come back from an injury, and he had a pretty good night. But Draymond Green was also on fire. He scored about 20 points as well, something like.
I can't stand the guy. But
yeah.
He's very good.
Yeah, I just thought Game 1 though. I thought even though it was online, I was glad that Tristan Thompson stood up to him. Because he has become an instigator and a jerk with a cocky attitude, to say the least.
And what he gets away with?
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Because I mean, that's.
Are we doing a prediction here?
Yeah.
At the end, you do a prediction.
I'm going to do a quick prediction for tonight's game, but I had gone Cavs and Sixers, but I know that's not going to be the case because I know my prediction was wrong for that. But this is not going to be easy because it's going to take a miracle for them to come back being down 3 games to none. They did come back from 3-1 in 2016 when we won the title. But I feel that if they can win Game 4 tonight and then take Game 5 to Golden State, which is an important one, and then force Game 6 back here and take that one on Thursday next week, and then force Game 7 back to Oakland and try to steal that one in Oakland, then they got a chance. But I know it's not likely, and I'm not giving up, but yet I'm not getting my hopes on it. So
I would just love to see them win tonight.
Yeah, I would too. I would too.
Being LeBron's
yeah.
Want to be doom and gloom.
True. That is very true. That is very true. And I feel they play well, but it just has not been enough. It just has not. And I feel that they just need to really step it up and they just need to come out from the get-go and just get a big lead and just dominate and never let up on the Warriors.
Yeah.
And just not give the Warriors a chance to get back in the game.
Yeah.
And they need to double team Curry, Durant, and Draymond Green, and also Klay Thompson as well.
That's what makes them so deadly. You double one guy, leaves another guy open.
Exactly.
But I mean, the Cavs need at least 2 guys.
Yes, they do.
One to be in that 25 to 30 range. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, and I think
maybe JR.
Korver's
had a rough series.
Yeah, he has had a rough series, but I mean they dodged bullets in the first 3 series, but not this one. And we have given up 124 points in Game 1, 122 points in Game 2, and now 110 points in Game 3. What does that tell you?
Yeah. Well, and you look back, you look at Game 3, and Durant's hitting. I mean, a lot of those shots were well defended.
Yeah, and
they're assassins.
Yeah,
man. Those guys are just
exactly.
Great team.
Well, we'll get back to this in just a sec, but it's now time for the answer to today's Scott Sports NBA Finals trivia question. LeBron James has made the last 4 triple-doubles in the NBA Finals, but who was the last player before him to accomplish this feat? And I gave that hint. I'm going to give it again. At the time, he played for the Boston Celtics, and he is still active today. And if you said Rajon Rondo in 2010, you are correct.
Wow.
And if there is Game 5 Monday, I will have another NBA Finals trivia question. If not, my next broadcast will be probably an MLB baseball trivia question. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll get back to the preview in just a sec. Well, I know I'm getting off track, but I plugged this a couple of times yesterday on both my Game 3 preview and post-game show. But next Thursday and Friday and Saturday, I am with an adult community show choir called Notoriety Show Choir of Solon, and we have I have a very special spring show coming up, which is our 50th anniversary spring show, celebrating 50 years of life through song. And we're having a lot of alumni come in for this who used to be with the group, and we're going to be inviting them up to sing with us the first song in the second half. And you're in for a big treat, because this is really going to be a great show, and it is directed by our illustrious director, Scott Posey, and is at Solon High School in the auditorium, which is at 33600 Inwood Road in Solon, Ohio, 44139, which is zip code. And the tickets are, pre-sale is $10, tickets at the door are $12, and $11 for seniors, and children are $5. And the Thursday and Friday shows are at 7 p.m., and the June 16th Saturday matinee show is at 2 p.m. So you're in for a big treat, so please tell your friends about it, and if you see this tonight,
solo, Scott?
And I do have a solo. It is Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King by my idol, Sir Elton John, which I am going to his final stop when he comes on his tour, his final tour, the Farewell Yellow Brick Road Tour. And I am going to be saying, this will be my 5th time to see him at a concert, and my girlfriend, Emily, is going to go with me. And
so Scott, I hear my family walking in now. It's going to be
yeah, and so please come on out and see us.
Let's end this way. Is this LeBron's last game in Cleveland?
This very well could be LeBron's last game in Cleveland.
Yes or no? Is his last game in Cleveland?
I think it very well could be. I really think it, and I feel that if he chooses to leave Cleveland, we just need to thank him and move on and find another player that is a hit. Because we have players before. Ron Harper a hit. Craig Elo a hit. LeBron James a hit. Brad Daugherty a hit. Steve Kerr a hit. So,
there's my family.
Kyrie Irving, Mo Williams.
Yep.
But we just need to find someone that is a hit. But this could be LeBron's last game. And I got to tell you, this really, it really could be. And because he has done a lot for the fans of the city of Cleveland and for the franchise. Besides bringing us a title in 2016, and also
we have a separate podcast in July.
Yeah,
I'm in. I'll come on again. This is
and
fun.
they do have and I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed having you on as my first.
We'll come on at the beginning of July, and we'll do a Where's LeBron Going to End Up.
Okay, and the Cavs, as we know, have the 8th pick in the NBA draft.
Mm-hmm.
And that is coming up very soon, I think in a couple of weeks, I think. Sooner by the end of this month, I believe. And so we'll see what the Cavs can get, because they were not able to get that top pick. And we're almost out of time, but getting back to tonight's Game 4 preview, I feel they need to Tyler really needs to set up a strategy. And LeBron's supporting cast needs to help him, because he cannot beat the Warriors by himself, but he needs to have a big night scoring-wise, and he has to lead his team and really beat Golden State with his supporting cast, but mostly by himself, but really dominate more than the supporting cast. But the supporting cast needs to contribute well and be in double figures again, because they need to come out and just dominate and not let up on the Warriors and not give them a chance to get back in the game.
Maybe Golden State had bad shrimp for dinner.
Anything's possible.
That would be...
Anything is possible.
That would probably ensure us of maybe if the entire...
Yes, indeed.
Team is sick.
Well, we'll see. Well, enjoy the game, everybody.
Hopefully it's not the last.
Yeah, hopefully it is not. But that is going to wrap it up for this Game 4 preview of the NBA Finals between Cavs and Warriors. I will be back with a Game 4 Cavs-Warriors NBA Finals post-game show, analysis game show, immediately after tonight's game. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day, in every way possible. So long, everybody. The Cavs are going to have to do whatever it takes to win tonight's game. 3, 2, 1. I'm done. Good show. Thanks.